Round 1 of the NRL is officially in the books. It's time for another episode of the Offload. Oscar, how are you, my friend?
Oh, thanks for asking, mate. I am feeling like Christian Tuipulotu. When his team's down by about 18 points, I'm absolutely fizzing. The footy's back. We found a few winners last week too, mate, so yeah, keen to get into it.
Very nice. Firstly, though, shout out to you. These shirts that you've whipped up look very, very nice.
Thank you, mate.
RLW Apparel.
Katoni's home looking very sharp on you over there. And yeah, shout out to Netta Nuasala from Fetu Samoa.
Very nice.
Thanks,
now,
mate.
another plug here, another shameless plug. Neds have just gotten a bet tracker.
They have.
I'm keen to put a multi together this week that I can follow along with the bet tracker. Let's start with the Newcastle Knights Dolphins game.
Yes.
Talk to me about what you're seeing there.
Yeah, it's early. We're recording Tuesday morning. Dolphins are outsiders at the moment, about $2.20 you're getting for them head-to-head. I really like the value in the Finns here. I think Newcastle and the Dolphins both left a lot of points out there last week, but I think South Sydney came up with a couple of really impressive individual defensive efforts to deny Redcliffe in that game, whereas the Knights just wasted a lot of the opportunities, a lot of line break and half break chances that they just didn't convert. So I think there's upside in the Finns this week. Their left edge in particular, I just mentioned then that the Bunnies did a good job of shutting down, but Tupu, Avarillo and Max Plath out there, assuming Cody Nikorima is back in for the Finns this week. I think there's a bit of value on that Dolphins left edge.
I think we can forgive the Dolphins for sort of the flat footy they played the other night. That was obviously a very disruptive week because of Tropical Cyclone Alfred.
Agreed.
So I'm very excited to see what Wolfie and the boys can put together on Thursday night. Short turnaround down in Newey. The next game that we're looking at is the Cowboys and Sharks.
We're coming back.
Now, you have hung a lot of shit on the Cowboys already this year, and it kind of paid off.
Yeah, we're back 3 weeks in a row. I spotted them in the trials. There's a few things I didn't like with their defensive movements through the middle and what that was doing to their edges. And we saw particularly their left edge be targeted in round 1. Jeremiah Nanai, incredible attacking player, but he's got some issues defensively. I think that's probably a reason why he was left out of the Origin side last year, and he was definitely a target in round 1, and you can see the numbers in guys like Dearden and Purdue sitting outside him, missed a lot of tackles. That's not because they're poor defenders. Dearden in particular is one of the best defensive halves in the game. But he was being left on an island a lot of the time by what was happening one channel further inside to Jeremiah and I. And I think it's very ominous when we think about how the Sharks attack going up there to Townsville this weekend. We know Cronulla like to sweep really expansively to their edges. And we also know they've got a guy called Adam Fanua-Blake now who asks a lot of questions around the ruck.
One of the great try-scoring props, just quietly.
And one of the great try-scoring celebrations as well. I think that big shrug that he does after he scores. So, yeah, I'm looking at the Sharkies' right edge here. Nikora they'll use to hold up Nanai. But looking at Jesse Ramian, Will Kennedy sweeping around the back, or Sam Stonestreet, I think are all good shouts for Cronulla fans.
Any love for Mulatalo on the other side?
Yeah, he's always a good shout, but I think I'm looking at the Sharks' right edge in this one. So, yeah, happy to be on those guys.
The Titans are who we're talking about. They're yet to play this year.
Yep.
$3.10 against the Bulldogs. What are you seeing there, mate?
I sat here last week and I thought that the Dragons might have been value against the Bulldogs, who I'm not as high on as others. Made me look stupid. Doggies did a good job to hold out the Dragons last week. I think there might be a bit of value in the Titans here. I'm just looking. We know the Canterbury defensive system employs a lot of small bodies, very mobile. They get up quickly off their line. They move sideways really effectively to plug gaps. But they are susceptible to leaking meters. We saw Dragons and Bulldogs go almost end to end last week because they don't employ a lot of big bodies through the middle of the field. That's exactly what the Gold Coast employed.
They've got nothing but big bodies.
Nothing but big thickies. So, yeah, I think the best version of this Titans attack can trouble Canterbury here. I think if they can generate some ruck speed, roll through the middle quickly, and then their threats in the second phase, Keanu Kinney, Jaden Campbell, and AJ Brimson, if we can see those three link up, I think there's points for the Titans. So, yeah, the line's at 8.5. I'm happy to be with the Titans there, and I think I might throw a little something at them at $3-ish to win head-to-head as well.
Better than a poke in the eye.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. All right. That's the offload for another week, Oscar.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website